Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. Today we're going to explore we'll call it a local
Very
distillery?
local, about 3 miles from here, local.
Yeah. This is Wheeler's Raid. This is their original blend number 1. They have
I think 9 or 10.
10, something along those lines, and they've got a few special releases that they've come out with. This distillery, yeah, local. It is, I don't know. It's probably 2-3 miles from here. They started up in 2015, right over in Nolensville, and they're named after a Civil War battle.
The general.
Yeah, the particular general is Joseph Wheeler, General Joseph Wheeler. So back in 1963.
1863.
Yeah, not 19. Yeah, that's totally wrong.
1863.
He had orders to go stop a supply line, and they went over there, and their orders were to burn all the wagons and kill all the mules that were doing the transportation. Until somebody found whiskey.
Some hooch.
And they said, hey, instead of killing all of them, how about we just take it. All of the whiskey? I don't
compromise.
I don't blame them. It's not exactly the orders, but I think it gets to the same point, right? This particular release is sourced and started off sourced, and it still is, from an undisclosed distillery in Indiana.
Probably begins with an M.
And ends with
a P.
Probably. I don't know too many outsourcing distilleries in Indiana outside of the big one, which is MGP.
Yep.
Outside of that, they shoot for 3 to 4 years. This is 3 years and 7 months, batch 4. And there is there's something special about the wood, a double toasting. They do something with the staves. That's really what they focus on is the wood. Looking through their website, that's kind of the big thing that they're focusing on is what types of staves, the chars, the toastings, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Number 1 through 9, each one is something different. So there's a double barreled, there's a finish or whatever it ends up being. Each one does something a little bit different, but I figured let's start with one and do the line.
Quite a following around here. More and more people are talking about Wheeler's Raid, and I know recently they dropped their honey.
Yeah, which got some pretty good notoriety.
Yeah, and thankfully one of our friends scored a bottle, so we'll get to sample that here hopefully soon.
I get
this one, to me, right off the nose.
A lot of vanilla caramels.
To me, it smells like one of those artisanal.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get quite that. I don't get the grainy. Every time I think of those artisanal whiskeys that we've had, it's super grain forward. I don't really get that as much.
It's got a hint of it. Other than that, it's sweet.
It's sweet. I mean, caramels, vanillas, toffees. That's kind of what I'm getting right now. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
It is a little more artisanal. And now I get it on the palate. I don't know if you just threw that in my brain, but there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, but
grassy, earthy, but then
right away it goes sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Vanilla.
Really, really heavy sweetness. So that makes me think a lot of, I'm trying to remember, the vanilla is when it's really toasted. Isn't that the double?
I think so.
One of them's, and the burnt caramel is when it's really charred, right? So I think that's the way that works. So this must be super toasty on the wood. The ethanol's not overly present. It's 100 proof.
For 100 proof.
It's not overly, I mean, it's there, but no more than anything else.
I'm not getting any.
No burn. No warmth. Yeah, none of that. Just kind of a sweet vanilla caramel.
Yeah.
Kind of on the nose, there's a little something. Yeah, there's a little, maybe like an oak spice, real quick in the beginning. And then it all turns into a caramel, vanilla.
Kind of dries up a little bit too. My mouth's getting kind of dry.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, definitely. But it sits there for a while. It doesn't just disappear. It's really nice. I know I've sampled some of the Wheeler's Raids. I don't know which numbers. I mean, we've done that. We've done that at a local liquor store that has them out for samples, and I know I've done it. I don't remember the numbers or any of that kind of stuff. So that's going to be one of the reasons why I want to start at one and go just
Well, we need
number
to
by
do
number.
is we need to go to their tasting room.
Yeah, we do.
Sit down and just do a flight.
Talk about it.
Yep, talk to them, do a flight,
Yeah. So
pick up a few bottles for the show.
exactly. They are very Tennessee, but not Tennessee whiskey. Obviously, they're not doing the charcoal filtering or any of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of a difference in there. But they are very, very much, they kind of are proud of the fact that they're based out of Nolensville, Tennessee.
But like most, they sourced the first one.
Yeah.
While they got something aging.
Right. But not a bad pick for a source.
No.
Not a bad pick.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if they aged it in Indiana or here. I don't know the answer to that one. Their website wasn't overly informative. So
I know they've got a little bit in their tasting room.
Okay.
I've been there once, but I want to say that was a couple years ago. So it was shortly after they opened up. They actually kind of got the doors locked on them because they actually had too much product in there. With a tasting room and too much product in that barrel actually sitting in there,
okay.
I guess it violated the local liquor laws. So they actually had to
Oh.
close down for a little bit and relocate barrels.
Okay. So is it maybe fire laws? That's a lot of flammable fluids.
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
a place where you're having, a bar.
I don't know.
That's interesting. I don't know what the history is there.
But being right around the corner, it'd be nice to sit down and talk to them.
Yeah. Understand where they're going, what they're doing, what
What their thought process is around 1 through 9.
Yeah, each release. What's coming up next? What's 10 through 20?
Yeah.
Why not, right? Or are they going to do like little tweaks, like a 9A,
No, possibly.
something like that?
Yeah.
Like, oh well, I really liked this, but I want to tweak a piece of it and do like branch offs from a 9A, a 9B, or something.
Those ones will fly off the shelf.
Yeah, every time there's a small tweak, it'll probably fly off. But we don't know a mash bill. We don't know. We got the age, and that's kind of all we know,
Yeah.
really. If this was the first release from there, it's a good start.
No, absolutely.
It's a good start. It's better than most of the smaller ones that we've had. I'm interested to see.
A lot of the other ones just went age long enough.
Well, 3.7's not bad. I mean, almost 4 years. We actually heard back on one of our reviews that that was one of their early releases, and it was aged no more than 3 years, and now they're aging more in the 4 to 5 years,
Yeah,
5 to 6 years. So we actually heard back from one of the distilleries. So I can't wait. Honestly, the Blum brothers, they reached out, said that it was one of their early releases. They've now aged it longer.
Now I wish we would have saved a little bit of that bottle.
To do AB,
yeah.
But I want to go back and get it and just do a comparison. I can, we can take notes from the video that we released and then compare it to what happens if it is aged a little bit more, which is what we called it out on.
I think I got that bottle. I think it was through fantasy football, but I think the guy that purchased it, he got it at Costco. And I know they've had it on the liquor store or Costco. I'll have to check the next time I go.
Again, for their first release, their baseline. Now this is batch 4, so their batch 1, who knows? Maybe it was crap, and they've performed gotten better through the year through the different batches. But I think that's a good start. So I'm interested to see where everything else goes with them.
I'm still interested in going with someone like this that started up and went up there to sample, figure out your profile.
An MGP?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
How much sampling you do until you dial that in.
Yeah, till you know this is it. This is the flavor I'm looking for. This is the base spirit, and go from there.
But yeah, it's been a while since I've had any Wheeler's Ray, but this is pretty good.
It's good. Yeah, that's very good.
Just to kind of go back and sample. I know we said before we've sampled some, but we don't know which numbers. So
Right, exactly.
Max, just go back and try them again.
And trying to remember and compare and all that kind of stuff. But $45 for 100 proof, it's pretty much in line. I mean, it's in line.
Yep.
I can't really blame almost 4-year whiskey or a 3.5-year whiskey and 100 proof, $45.
I want to say I think some of them dip up into the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And I think the honey for sure was one of those that was in the
But that's a
60-ish special.
extra finishing
Yeah.
and all, I mean, there's costs that go into all that kind of fun stuff. So I don't know. I think this is a line we're going to have to explore a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we're headed to that tasting room here shortly.
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking in the next, maybe sometime next
Thankfully,
week.
it's just a couple miles down the road.
Exactly.
Well, if you're passing through this area, Nolensville,
Yeah.
Tennessee, definitely take a little time to stop by and check these guys out. Because again, their first one, being that its source is pretty good, and they've got 8 others
Yeah.
to sample.
Exactly.
So definitely give them a try. But we hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, we encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, if you could, or if you're new, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, notified every time we put out a new episode. You know, give a thumbs up if you like Wheeler Raid and you want us to keep going. Well, we're going to keep going.
Yeah,
but,
we are.
but, you know, if you've had it and you have a recommendation for a particular release, let us know.
Yeah, what number's your favorite?
Yeah, exactly.
Drop us a note. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.